Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rotterdam School of Management's MBA graduation today. We're very glad to see you all here, and we are going to start the ceremony now. So I would like to ask you to stand for the procession of professors and our honored guests. Please, would you stand? Ladies and gentlemen, would you please give a warm welcome to the graduating class of Executive MBA, class of 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, faculty members, honored guests, staff, and students, I'm still allowed to say that. Welcome to the Rotterdam School of Management's MBA graduation. I would like to invite our Dean, Stefan de Velde, to come up and open this ceremony. Thank you.
Dear Excellencies, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most of all, dear graduates. Graduates means those that are about to graduate, by the way. Welcome all to the graduation ceremony of the RSM International Full-Time MBA class of 2015 and the RSM Executive MBA class of 2015. Let me start by congratulating our more than 200 MBA and EMBA graduates. Graduating is a fantastic achievement, and you got all the reasons to be very proud of yourselves. I, for sure, am very proud of you. Now, I would like to try and sense and gauge how proud and happy you are. So I will first ask the full-time MBA class of 2016 how happy they are today. How happy are you? When I was young, anyway, let me ask the same question to the Executive MBA class of 2015. How happy are you today? That's all you got? And of course, we got a very big group of people who are not graduating today. The spouses, parents, friends, colleagues, family. Let me ask everyone sitting over here. And I really want you to top these guys and girls. How happy are you today? And then, I don't know whether you noticed this, but we got a couple of people sitting on the front rows who think, you know, hopefully he's not going to ask us to do anything. But, you know, let's do it together. And then I really want you to go through the roof, okay? How happy are you today? Wow. Much, much better. Okay, now I got 3 pages left of more serious things. So, dear students, over the past months and years, we've come to know you as very driven, ambitious individuals with a clear focus, a determination to succeed in your career, a desire to improve your opportunities, and most of all, to make a difference in the world. You came to RSM to learn about business and more, much more, delving deep into the world's most relevant environmental, societal, and governance issues. RSM has given you the opportunity to go to places other MBA programs don't go, from the slums to South Africa to the innermost drivers of your own behavior. With these new experiences, newly acquired knowledge, capabilities, and competencies, recalibrated values and attitudes, you're now fully equipped to make a difference in the world. And that's fully in alignment with RSM's mission. Our mission is to use business as an instrument of positive change in the world. And let me repeat this, because it's very important to us all. Our mission is to make a positive change in the world. And to this end, we have 4 levers. 1, our academic research. 2nd, knowledge transfer, which you also could call valorization. 3, engagement with the environment, in particular the local communities in Rotterdam and the Netherlands at large. But most importantly, the most important way to achieve a positive change in the world, these are our graduates. That's you. You are the much needed agents for positive change. You are the ones that can create value, wealth, well-being, not just for yourself, but for others in a very responsible and sustainable way. Of course, I fully realize that doing an MBA requires a huge investment in terms of money and time. It's a big sacrifice. And you rightfully expect to see a return on investment in terms of career progression or a career change. But I trust you see an MBA degree as something more than just a ticket to a higher income. As leaders or future leaders, you are and will be in the vantage position for making a positive change in the world. And from time to time, in the years to come, I would like you to take a step back and look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself this question: have I made or am I making a positive change in the world? Have I made a positive change for my family, my friends, my company, my community, society, the world? So this time next year, I will send you all an email asking how you have fared and whether you have been able to make such a positive change. And if the answer is no, then I think it's time for you for a fundamental change. Life is simply too short. Dear graduates, go out in the world and use what you've learned at your alma mater to make the world a better place. But wherever you go, or will go, stay tuned, stay connected, and stay part of the RSM family. We believe in you, and you're a crucial part of our social capital, now and in the future. I wish you all the best in your personal and professional life. Thank you.
Thank you for those encouraging words, Dave. RSM is in a wonderful city, the city of Rotterdam. And as you could probably tell from my accent, it's not my home city, but it has been my home for the last 35 years. And it's been your home in the school for the last year or two. And that gives you a connection not only to Rotterdam School of Management or the Erasmus University Rotterdam, it also gives you a connection to the city of Rotterdam. And we are very pleased today to have a special guest as a speaker, Ms. Jannelieke Aalstein, who's going to come up and talk to you about Rotterdam and also introduce the Rotterdam Ambassadorship. Jannelieke.
Thank you so much. Before I start my speech, first, let me all show you a short video. That's nice, right? Dear graduates, what a wonderful day it is today for you. And thank you so much for inviting me to join you here during this ceremony to say a few words to you on behalf of the city who's very proud of you. My name is Jannelieke Aalstein and I'm the Deputy Director at Rotterdam Partners, the organization in Rotterdam promoting and working on the growth of the economy. By city marketing and promotion, connecting networks, organizing business events, international acquisition, joint marketing efforts, attracting congresses and tour operators, we pursue the objective of strengthening the Rotterdam economy. Our efforts are focused on tourists, visitors, students, companies and residents already here or planning or considering to come to Rotterdam. And in doing so, we closely work together with companies, the city government, and institutions already being here. And hopefully, from now on, closely together with you, our newest city ambassadors. But first, let me congratulate you all. I was impressed by the numbers they sent me. A group of about 100 executive MBA students, I'm told 60% of you is an international student and you come from 27 different nationalities working alongside this MBA study. You must be an inspiring group of people. And I truly hope our city has inspired you too over the last 2 years. Secondly, the group of about 120 full-time MBA students. Amazingly, I've heard 98% of you is an international student. Wow. Leaving home, jobs, family behind to come to Rotterdam surely must say something positive about the RSM, about our university, and hopefully about our wonderful city. I hope you have enjoyed it here. I would love to hear some of your reasons why you chose to come to Rotterdam 1 or 2 years ago. And of course, I would also like to hear the things you have discovered while being here, the good stuff and the bad stuff, because from bad stuff we can learn and grow. I hope our city and our university have treated you well. And I upfront congratulate you all with the diploma you are receiving later on during this ceremony. You have probably heard it before, but you are important to us and to the university. You came here to be challenged, to be amazed, to experience an international city and to learn a lot. And considering that the RSM is one of the best business schools in Europe, you probably did so. Together with the city, the RSM for us makes a strong brand, combining a truly international and extremely busy port, a lot of other great business centers, high-end logistics and trade facilities, exciting city life and so much more, and being the gateway to Europe. I totally understand why you chose to come to Rotterdam and to the RSM. If I didn't already live here, I would have done the same as you did. Our city has a distinctive character, energetic and constantly changing. Those of you who have been here for the last 2 years know what I mean. For example, 2 years ago, we didn't even have the market hall. And now it's attracting millions of tourists in the first year. Rotterdam has much to offer. As a result of that, Rotterdam has recently been included in several high-profile lists of must-see cities. The impressive 5th place in Lonely Planet's top cities in the world for travelers in 2016 is the most recent testimonial of Rotterdam's increasingly international allure. And that's great. But for you, I think and I hope, our innovation ecosystem, the economic stability, our high FDI rankings, and hands-on business climate were even much more important to come here and to study at RSM. We are more than just a pretty skyline. Due to active collaboration between city and regional government, companies, incubators, financiers, and wonderful knowledge institutions like the Erasmus University, our innovation ecosystem is more and more successful. The extensive collaboration creates the ideal mix for startups and fast growers who want to make the most of the environment in which they operate. Innovation hubs and co-working spaces can be found at various locations in Rotterdam, providing resource-rich, stimulating environments that bring together ideas, talents, and financing. I hope, in addition to being at RSM and all across the world, you have also been to the CIC, the Rotterdam Science Tower, the Port Innovation Lab, and other great innovative places in Rotterdam. And otherwise, it's easy. Stay longer, stay at all, or come back soon to do so. Rotterdam is also continually looking for ways to help business grow, and we do so by focusing on several strong business sectors: medical and life science, food, clean tech, maritime services, and logistics. Hopefully, you have not only learned a lot here, but also contributed to our knowledge and business climate. The city itself and our inhabitants never shy away from experimentation, and I hope the same goes for you too. Rotterdam is the city where the make it happen mentality can be seen and felt, as you saw in the short video. Our city is supported by organizations and people making a clear choice for Rotterdam, like you all did. And we always invite them to add their own take on the Rotterdam mentality and the can-do spirit. Whether you're an inhabitant, a visitor, a student, or an entrepreneur, we hope you all feel and have felt welcome here. Feel and felt the room to experiment and to grow. and got the tools to make it happen and make a positive change yourself. We hope you leave here today being our newest city ambassadors. We hope you will return here in the future to do business and to enjoy yourself, and maybe even to live here. We hope that wherever you go, from now on, you will always feel connected to and welcome in Rotterdam. And we hope you will help us when we visit your home countries, trade-wise or otherwise. We hope you've all had an amazing time in our wonderful city. Enjoy the rest of this day, and especially the moment when later on you finally be handed your RSM MBA diplomas. I wish you all the best, and Rotterdam hopes to stay connected to all of you.
Thank you, Jannelike, for those words. The video and what you said make me even more happy that I live here. Students, graduates, whatever word we would like to use for you, the journey does not end here when you get your diploma. You became part of the RSM family when you started your program, and on your graduation day, you take the next step in the journey and you become RSM alumni. And to give you a peek into what that could mean for you, we're very happy to have an alumni with us today. And I'd like to ask Rahul Shankar from the MBA class of 2015 to come up and say a few words about what we do as alumni. Rahul.
Hey everyone. Hey everyone, it's great to be here today. Before I start off, I'd just like to say on behalf of the alumni, congratulations to the EMBAs, the full-timers, and welcome to everyone that's sitting between them who's sharing the day with us. This is a real privilege and a lot of fun for me to do, mainly because when I look to either side of the room, I see a lot of familiar faces. I see a lot of people I've met and had a lot of fun with. I see the EMBAs who I knew when I was at school and shared a beer with now and then at the Novotel. Hopefully it didn't cause too many problems. I see some of the full-timers who I met about 14 months ago at the start of your program. A lot of you at the time were very new to the city and the country and were trying to figure out your way. A lot of the full-timers at the time reached out to me for advice on the year ahead, and while I was happy to oblige, a lot of what I told them at the time was, don't worry, you'll figure it out, you're all very clever, and it's very nice for me to be here in the room today and see that you guys have figured it out and you guys have had a really great time in your course. I think that you'll all recap your stories and build on them far beyond today, but one thing I wanted to talk about was that point of building from today. I mean, this is not a farewell speech. You guys finished classes in December, you've had long enough to do that. What I want to say today is welcome to being alumni. It's your first day. Graduation is alumni for birth and graduate is alumni for baby. So, welcome. In preparing this speech, I did a couple of what I will call focus groups. I asked a few people what they'd like to hear from my batch, from the graduating batches, and what I heard is people want to know what they have to look forward to. So, today I'd like to answer that question. In short, lots and lots of hard work. That's it. Yeah, listen, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that's just how it's going to be, right? We're going to get real now. I said all the nice stuff at the start of the speech, so we're going to dive into it. I think it's very important for everyone to know today what you are and are not graduating with. So I'm going to, dive into the topic by saying something potentially controversial. A lot of times, and all of the graduates today will be familiar with this, you would have heard in the course, a professor say something like, everyone sitting in this room is a future business leader of tomorrow. Yeah, have you guys heard that? Yeah, a bit, yeah. I disagree. Sorry, it's just how it is. Let me be clear, I do agree that everyone sitting in this room has the potential to be a future business leader, but let's really be clear that you having sat in those classes does not mean the world has changed for you. Rather, it means that you now have the responsibility to change the world for yourself. Having an MBA does not mean people will start to automatically listen to you. I know, right? Yeah. I was surprised too. This is what I've learned. You know, and it doesn't mean everything or anything will be put in your lap. You'll be expected to work very hard. You'll be expected to show judgment in difficult situations, and you will be expected to deliver as a future business leader would be expected to. And that's the beauty about the qualification that you guys are finishing today. It doesn't let you bypass any work. What it gets you is actually a seat at the table. It gives you the opportunity to start dealing with very difficult but exciting challenges, peoples and problems. But you've still got to deal with them for yourself. You see, what we learn about business leaders of tomorrow is that they're not people that feel completed by a qualification, but rather people that are excited to keep learning and see new doors opening for themselves. The qualification you're graduating from today shows that you are these type of people, and you do have the tools to make sure that those challenges I mentioned will improve you, and you know how to use them in that way. People might not listen to you automatically, but what you've gained are the tools to make people listen, to make people put things on your plate. And the things they do, those responsibilities aren't going to be easy. They're going to be quite difficult. It's difficult to reach and maintain the level that you need to be at, that this qualification signifies. The things that are hardest for me are not things that I work hours on, but they're things that take up my mental and emotional energy. It's no small task. But the type of hard work and determination that got you in this room today will mean that you can reach and surpass that level. So, again, what do you have to look forward to? Hard work. But I mean that very literally. You should look forward to the hard work, because the type of people you are will not only rise to the level, but you'll enjoy it. The good news about the hard work is that you're not on your own. We belong to a wonderful school, and no matter how much you engage with the alumni network moving forward, you will take a piece of the school with you. And this brings me to my second point. I'm talking, of course, about what it actually means to be an RSM MBA, to be specifically from our wonderful school. The best thing I can say on this topic is that I encourage you all to invest time thinking with yourself and with other alumni about what the school's identity is for you. But in the interest of not giving you homework at your own graduation, I'm going to share a few thoughts. The first thing I noticed when I came to RSM was how open and unassuming the nature of the school was. We're taught from the first day to work together, in a consensus-driven manner, polderen in Dutch, I think, if I got that right, guys. If you don't know what that means, figure it out quickly if you plan to live in the Netherlands. But beyond that, we were told to get to know each other and where we came from. And for me, beyond a tagline like diversity, that's really important. What I notice about RSM alumni is that we take the time to look at what drives people. And that's something I think it's very important. What I see in the alumni community is I see people that lead professional groups, extracurricular groups, groups in their office. And their leadership styles are mostly, even though they're diverse, they're mostly always respectful and encouraging. So I encourage you not to lose that as you leave the school today and enter life as an alumni. If that's not your management style, that's fine as well, but I encourage you to think about What about the school having those characteristics has allowed you to be successful? The other thing that points or that sticks out to me about the school is the emphasis on personal responsibility. Again, I think this is a tremendously Dutch trait. I think that a lot of liberty is given to the individual, but also emphasis is placed on the responsibility that comes with that liberty. And that's something I really value here. You take ownership of your surroundings and what you do. Just to be clear, that doesn't mean that you only care about what you do or things that affect you, but it means you can take control of what's happening. An example is anytime I've ever needed help, my classmates have reached out to me proactively because they understand the way they can influence a situation and they're willing to take ownership of that and take control of that. These two things will help you tremendously with all of the hard work that you have to look forward to in the coming time. And even if you disagree slightly with what I found in the school, I encourage you to think about that yourself. So think about what your favorite memory was. You know, if it was MBAT, sure, mine was, from what I remember of it, but if it was, think about why and think about how you can maintain and uphold those values in yourself. The MBA course is far more than an academic or any other type of program. I think I've said this to Milton, who's sitting here before, but the things that you can pay someone to lecture about or write in a book are not hard to learn. It's the stuff that goes unwritten that's really tricky. So I'm not here to tell you that the 3 letters on your LinkedIn profile don't matter. I'm not here to tell you that the certificate you're about to receive is a piece of paper. Rather, I'm here to tell you that people attach worth to those things for very important reasons. And those reasons, or that reason, is what they represent. I've given you a few thoughts on what I consider it means to be an RSM MBA, but I think that you should also, when acting, ask yourself whether what you're doing signifies and upholds the values that we hold as a community. Are you upholding the values of those 3 letters of the certificate you're about to receive? That sort of introspection is not quick and it's not easy, and that relates back to what I was saying about hard work. You're all wonderfully talented individuals who have worked hard to get yourself here, but there's absolutely no reason that needs to stop today or ever, really. So in that vein, I'd like to say one more time that this is no farewell speech. Welcome and congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, Rahul, for that reality check, but also for those words of empowerment and encouragement. Thank you. The time has come. The words and the hard work are over. It is time for each of you individually to take your walk of glory across the stage and receive the certificate that is your MBA. We will start the actual graduation this afternoon with the Executive MBA class, and therefore I would like to now invite my colleagues from the Registrar's Office to come up and prepare themselves. Also, Karim Jazar, Program Director for the Executive MBA, to come up, and also Dean of Programs, Professor Erik Martz, who will be presenting the diplomas this afternoon. Thank you.
So Welcome everyone once again. It's a pleasure to be up here. It's my first time. I also recently moved to Rotterdam, and I'm happy to say I already feel at home. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. Farouk Abdelkader. Tamkara Adun. Tabish Ahmad. Jinkyu An. Youssef Eitbe Wali. Pierangelo Filamer Andres. Manwei O Jung. Himanshu Bal. Maraika Bakar. Sander Barake. Ricardo Barile. Mayra Batilani Bethegato. Karan Bashin. Sumanta Bhattacharya. Wouter van Bokkel. Albert te Bokhorst. Daniel van Boma. Montserrat Breda. Charlotte Bros. Peter Bros. Karen Bull. Oscar Carol Torres. Xiaoling Chang. Andrea Chavarro Manotas. Wei Cheng. Peter Xontos. Nelson Delgado Montes. Buke Duma. Matthew Dulcie. Luis Egaña Jiménez. Alexander Eikenar. Nick ten Elzen. Lorenzo Ferri. Paolo Forchielli. David Fresco de Almeida Bileu Sancho. Himanshu Gautam. Frédéric Gauthier. Reiniger Gertz. Duna Gondim Uribe. Diogo Granja Cardoso Meneses de Matos. Ahmed Hamada. Lidwina Hamer. Raymond van den Goeven. Miriam Hovorkova. Pedro Iriondo Trueba. Abdulrahim Irmatov. Sjord Kammerbeek. Ati Kok. Guiberdina Marina Kristalijn. Vikrant Kumar. Yeon-soon Lee. Victor Ludlam. Michelangelo Mafucci. Alison McGregor. مهدي الملاحي. Peter Mills. Tekin Mentes. Julien Meunier. Amin Muaddin. Eric Nieuweland. Jürgen Noren. Rodrigo de Oliveira. Celine Ozek. Vikram Parihar. Hannah Partika. Raoul Patankar. Anthony Perez. Daniel Rademacher. Sriram Ranganathan. Changyu Rao. Sanjay Rastogi. Jens Reska. Vikas Sashar. Muhammad Sajahan. Ramona Sandhu. Bart Scheenaert. Lorenz Hohnbrot. Idan Chani. Rajiv Sisodia. Eva Smets. Michal Stachurski. Mark Stoutjesdijk. Varun Suri. Sandeep Talwar. Huey Tang. Koen Wonk. Sander Vrogindewey. Yingbin Wang. K. Wang. Pieter Warnars. Joyce Vierda. Satoshi Yamaguchi. Ioanni Zafiropoulos. And finally, Said Zaidi. Thank you.
Thank you, Karim, and congratulations on all those pronunciations that I know were a challenge. So, on my right here is a group of people who have been waiting patiently for their moment in the sun. I would therefore like to invite, and I'm sure together with me you're very happy to see him here again today visiting us, Milton Souza. Please, Milton, come up and do the names.
I can stand tall now. And it swings a bit. I can actually play here. All right. Sorry, Rahul, they didn't put it for you, so now it's, I can look tall in the video at least. All right. Well, thank you very much. It's really a great honor to be here with you today. I did everything I could to share this moment with you and to be part of this very special day. And I can only wish for the best for you all. And I hope that we'll see each other in the future somehow, maybe in Rotterdam. I love this city. Damn, it's cold here, but still like it a lot. And I will now say the names for the full-time MBA class, which are now already eagerly waiting for their diploma there. So I'll start with Timothy Adrian. Congratulations, Timothy. Prasun Agarwal. Muhammad Sharil Ahmad Kamuruddin. Congratulations, sir. Alexis Alexandrov Dier. Alla Alimova. Anna Aylen. Danilo Alves de Oliveira. Luís Amesquita Urrecha. Thank you, Luís. Karan Bagai. Good, thank you. Ricardo Balbuena Blangeri. Congratulations, sir. Shashank Batra. Congratulations. Stefan Baumgartner. Thank you, Stefan. Congratulations. Mónica Beltran Puerta. Congratulations. Pietro Benfati. Pietro, congratulations, good. Elvira Berlingieri. Congratulations. Gaurav Bidazaria. Congratulations, sir. Zulfu Bozoglu. Congratulations. Daniel Broele. Thank you. Congratulations, sir. Josefa Campla Morales. Congratulations. Yenti Chang is not here, but please a round of applause as well. Yunsu Chen. Congratulations, sir. Robert Cordeiro. That's good, thank you. Vinay Das. Congratulations, thank you. Claudia de Belova. Congratulations. Dong Dong. Congratulations, thank you. Laurens Drost. I said the Dutch way. Thank you. You're welcome. Fernando Dudek Andrigueto. Fernando. Nada, obrigado. Parabéns. Christian Enache. Congratulations. Noelle Etienne Echenique. Congratulations. The next person is also not here, but please a round of applause. Guilherme Fernandes. Paulo Ferreira Fanado. Parabéns, Eva. Parabéns. Marco Vrijermut. Congratulations. Maria Gallegos Quero. Congratulations, huh? Yarna Gandhi. Congratulations. Oluvakemi Gbadebo. I tried hard. Congratulations. Sabiazashi Ghosh is also not here, but please a round of applause as well. Rui Gilles Conde. Parabéns. Swati Gupta. Congratulations. Subhash Gupta. Congratulations. Xenia Gusha. Congratulations. Also not here today, but please a round of applause for Sukwo Han. Catherine Hens. Congratulations. Abu Bakr Hayat, not attending today, but please a round of applause. Bang Taek Hong. Congratulations, sir. Sanzar Idrisov. Congratulations. Mikhail Isashenko. Congratulations. Nana Ishida. Congratulations. Purvi Jha. Congratulations. Now with us today is Karan Javeri. Nodira Kakimchanova. Congratulations. Evgeny Komutov. Congratulations. Christine Kim. Congratulations. So we have two students who couldn't come today. So we have Hee-Young Kim and Jin Ho Kim. Amanda Koch-Schrik. Congratulations, Amanda. Yolandi Kants. Congratulations. Whitney Krause. Hey, Whitney. Congratulations. Alexander Kuzmenko-Furlan. Alexandre. Parabéns. Zhao Lan. Not here today. Dana Lee. Congratulations. Jera Lee. Congratulations. Peiwen Lin. Congratulations. Rui Liu. Congratulations, sir. Vyacheslav Lopatin. Congratulations. Yikiyong Luo. Putukwane Madisha. Hey. Where was I? Yeah. Budi Martias. Congratulations. Luca Matteoli. Congratulations, sir. Himanshu Mehta. Congratulations. Madonna Mikadze. Congratulations. Saptarshi Mitra.
Thank you.
Anand Mohari. Good. Good to see you. Congratulations, sir. Scott Moran. Mr. Amy. Scott, congratulations, sir. Natalia Murcia. Congratulations. Johannes Neumeier. Congratulations, sir. Fahimha Nga. Congratulations, sir. Christian Oosthuizen. Congratulations. Federico Pastorino. Congratulations. Nada. Now with us today is Kalpesh Patel. Arun Perumbilavo. Congratulations. Julia Peterle. Congratulations. Robert Phillip. Congratulations. Vanessa Pinedo Narabuena. Congratulations. Ilya Plavunov. Congratulations. Timothy Price, who's not attending today, but please, a round of applause. Also now with us today is Dedi Purvanto. Atit Ghai. Congratulations. Bineta Ramla. Congratulations. Suraj Ravikumar. Congratulations. Anne Reis Juneman. Parabéns. Not with us today is Wendy Rivera Ailon. Francesco Romeo. Congratulations, Francesco. Vanessa Salcedo Escobedo. Congratulations. Shimar Saxena. Congratulations, good. Manik Sharma. Congratulations. Rakshit Shetty. Congratulations. Daisuke Shimoda. Congratulations, eh? Tej Kumar Sidotam Aruraj. Congratulations. Prey Yang Singh. Congratulations. Gabriela Soto Pascual. Congratulations. Maria Squadrito Mendizabal, sorry. My apologies. Congratulations. Mutana Subaya. Oh yeah, congratulations. Sharifa Shahrizad Syed Mustafa. Congratulations. Rodrigo Torres Quispe. Congratulations. Chi Sin Tsui. Congratulations. Shingo Urano. Congratulations. Alonso Valenzuela Ayala. Congratulations. Kartik Vanka. Congratulations. Prahop Varshney. Congratulations. Thank you. Raquel Vanderlei Pereira. Em português de Portugal. Parabéns. Erik Westerbeek. Congratulations. Gefeliciteerd. Not attending today, we have Victor Chiao. Ching Wen Yang. Congratulations. Xiaohua Yang. Congratulations. Now with us today we have Yongboom Yu. Yun Zhang. Congratulations. Almost there. Yue Zhang. Congratulations. Vadim Zilin. Congratulations. Danitza Suniga Zamalloa. Congratulations. And finally, but surely not least, Pi Xiu Lin. Congratulations, huh? Good. So, I like the title ex-director, by the way. You always know you're important when you're ex-something. So, we'd like to move on to a very important part of the ceremony. It's really an honor to be entitled with the responsibility of naming also the following students. And for that, I would like also, first of all, to ask Stefan de Velde to join us on stage, because we'll need you here to, yes, please next to Eric. You look nice and tall there next to each other. I promise not to stand next to you. What we're going to call now, it's a very special list. These are students who, some way or another, have set themselves apart, which is already quite unique given the high caliber list of students we've had this year. But these are students who have contributed in a unique and special way to the school and have made it into the Dean's Honors list. And I would like to start with that list from the Executive MBA group. And the first name I'd like to ask would be Sander Barak. Congratulations. Also, Andrea Chavarro Manotas. Lorenzo Ferri. Congratulations, Maya Kristelijn. Congratulations, nice to see you. Alison McGregor. Congratulations. Eva Smits. Congratulations. Mark Staltjesdijk. Congratulations. Koen Vonk. Congratulations. And finally, Peter Warners. Congratulations. Good. Of course, the full-time MBA class also has their own list of students who made it to the Dean's Honors. And I'd like to call them one by one by now. The first one is Marco Vrijemuth. Subhash Kumar Gupta. Karan Javeri. Karan, come here. Whitney Krause. Christian Oosthuizen. Julia Pettele. Vanessa Pinedo Norabuena. Timothy Price. He's not here today. And finally, Vadim Zilim. Good. So Eric and Steve, you still have some work to do, because I have yet another list of high-achieving students. So if you thought this was good, wait until you see next. But these are the students who were able to get a distinction. So they have performed academically in such an outstanding way that the school is granting them a distinction to their title. So I'd like to start first with the executive MBA students who got a distinction. And these are Lorenzo Ferri, and Alison McGregor. Thank you. So also with a full-time MBA, we have very few unique academic talents there, standing above all the brilliance that you guys have as students. Subhash Kumar Gupta. Whitney Krause. And finally, Vadim Zilim. All right, so with that said, I think it's time to pass it on to you, Hetty, again. Thank you very much. Enjoy it. Can I take it home?
You can take it home.
Do you want to talk with me in the break? Wait for me to
Alumni, at the beginning of this ceremony, Steve asked you how happy you were. How happy are you now? It sounds like you were happier before this happened. I mean, we still have a few awards to hand out today, because part of the MBA graduation is the awarding of the Leadership Award. And over the past few years, we have been extremely happy and honored to be, to have the World Trade Center give the Leadership Award to a full-time and an executive MBA graduate. And this year, there has been some changes. And so this year, the award is the, if I have to have a look here, the Postilion Convention Center World Trade Center Leadership Award. So we have an added name. But to explain that to all of you, I'm very happy to welcome onto the stage Ms. Jessica Steur, who is the General Manager of Postilion Convention Center World Trade Center.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, VIPs, EMBA and MBA graduates, RSM staff, students and family in the Postilion Convention Center, World Trade Center, Rotterdam. My name is Jessica Steur and I'm the General Manager of this beautiful and monumental convention center, which we believe to be the business center of Rotterdam. We, as the Postilion Convention Center World Trade Center Rotterdam, are convinced that the Rotterdam School of Management, Erasmus University, with its international character and excellent MBA programs, provides a valuable contribution to the economic development of this city. This is one of the ways for Rotterdam to profile itself as the commercial heart of Europe, something that we as Postilion are, of course, very proud of. We are also proud to host for the 8th time in a row the MBA and EMBA graduation of the Rotterdam School of Management, Erasmus University, and linked our name to the Postilion Leadership Award. The students and teachers were asked to nominate one EMBA and one MBA student on the basis of the following criteria. Leadership qualities, promoting the development of others, social responsibility and vision. I will now present the Postilion Leadership Award to one of the students of the Executive MBA class of 2015 and to one of the students of the full-time MBA class of 2016, whom have shown most leadership during their study. The award includes a prize of €2,500. Wow. So, the winners are, for the Executive MBA class of 2015, Mr. Peter Warners. We still have one to go. For the full-time MBA class of 2016, Mr. Scott Moran. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to our Leadership Award winners. The official part of the ceremony is over. Now you get your opportunity to say a few words. And on behalf of the Executive MBA class, the farewell speech will be given by Karan Basin.
Someone said, "It cannot be done." But he, with a chuckle, replied, that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so unless he tried. So he buckled it in with a bit of a grin. On his face, if he worried, he hid it. He started to sing as he tackled that thing that could not be done, and he did it. Someone scoffed, "You will never do that. At least no one else has done it." But he took off his coat, and he took off his hat, and the next thing we knew, he begun it. With the lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quit it, he started to sing as he tackled that thing that could not be done, and he did it. There are thousands who will tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands who will prophesy failure. There are thousands who will point out to you one by one all those dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle it in with a bit of a grin, take off your coat, and get to it. You will start to sing as you tackle that thing that could not be done, and you will do it. Fellow graduates, my brothers and sisters on this 2-year journey, let me once again hear some noise from this side of the room, because we did it. Man, that felt good. My fellow graduates, esteemed RSM faculty and staff, proud family members and well-wishers, alumni, it is my pleasure to represent you on behalf of this class, the Executive MBA class of 2015. Congratulations, guys. And congratulations to our cousins over there in the full-time program as well. What a great day it is today, my fellow graduates. I must tell you about the poem earlier. It's by Edgar Guest. I must tell you this because in RSM, they told me you have to reference all of your work. And I also must tell you the story behind that poem, for me at least. I heard this poem a couple of years back at someone else's graduation speech, but it got stuck in my head. Over the last 2 years with you, along this journey, whenever I find myself hitting this head against a wall, I always chant this poem to myself. Moments when a deadline is looming for individual assignments, or the lead up to the finance exam that we had. It feels really nice to share that poem with you today, because every single journey must begin with the first few steps. Because the MBA is not a sprint, it is a marathon. And because today for us signifies the culmination of 2 years of hard work and perseverance. You are all here today because you set a goal for yourself and you devoted significant time and effort to achieving that goal. You have met the challenges of a rigorous academic program and demonstrated to yourselves that you are ready to seize new opportunities. You solved all the cases, you read all the readings, you attended all the team meetings, and you showed up to the Novotel bar every Friday. Quite simply, you all brought your A game to the table. 776 days ago, a group of 90-something fine people from diverse backgrounds found themselves in RSM for the first time and proceeded to bang on drums, literally, to make beautiful music, which has continued ever since then. Great team exercise, by the way. I remember those few hours, that nervous excitement, as I saw this tapestry of rich individuals unfolding in front of us. I remember speaking to corporate lawyers, consultants, financial controllers, IT analysts, and I remember thinking, what is little old me doing over here? What I did not realize at the time was that I, and probably all of you, were in our own special ways moving away from our comfort zone, away from what was safe to what was unknown, difficult, and even scary for a few of us. And my dear classmates, I think you will agree with me that one of the things which the MBA teaches us is the ability to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. It is a lesson that is learned over time when you open yourselves to new experiences and the people that bring about those experiences. And by God, what great experiences we had. Not only in classrooms, but we traveled also. We went and helped small businesses in the townships of South Africa. We marveled at one of the largest container ports in Hong Kong. We played with pandas in Chengdu. We visited factories in Sao Paulo. And we even had time to take in a baseball game in Washington, D.C. And this, my dear classmates, brings me to the first point that I want to leave you with. Never stop learning. We are now masters of using financial models, graphs, spreadsheets, and frameworks like the 4 Ps of marketing, Porter's 5 forces, the 7 steps to change, and this knowledge will always hold you in good stead. But I think most of you will agree with me that it's the insight you have gained from each other that will have a lasting impact on your personal development. Our classes had a lot of character. We were vocal and articulate in expressing our opinions, and even though we had heated discussions, there was always a high sense of camaraderie and inclusion. I remember 2 instances which I want to bring up. One was in Hong Kong, after a week of classes in Chengdu and China, when after classes I spoke with Dan Stam, and Dan told me that the class participation level was really great. Another instance was in our change management class, when Professor Roger George said to our class that he sensed we were a very warm bunch of people who trusted each other. And it was moments like this that made me proud to be a part of this group. So I ask you to continue in the same vein. Long after you have hung up your degrees, open your minds to the viewpoints of others. Never shy away from new challenges. Travel a lot. And please have fun doing it. I am a little sad to think this is the last time we will all be together under the one roof. But I truly think that the MBA program has merely provided the opening paragraph for the next chapter in our lives. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I'm referencing Nelson Mandela over there. After climbing this hill that has been the MBA program, it is only right that we take a moment to sit back and reflect and celebrate. But we must very soon start looking at the other hills. Because, my dear classmates, there is a lot more work that needs to be done. Hard work that will be done in an increasingly volatile world where every single one of us will have to make long-term decisions under short-term pressures. And this brings me to my second point. The degree that you and I now hold in our hands is an instrument that we can use to empower others. It is a degree in business management given to us by a leading institution, but it is the same degree that has taught us over the last 2 years to not act as mere managers, but to act as leaders. So please, tomorrow when you go back into the world, you must act as leaders who inspire others. Know your value and your strength, and be compassionate when you deal with others. When you speak to your boards, when you speak to your management, when you speak to your colleagues, when you speak to your employees, when you speak to your friends, when you speak to your communities. RSM did not change who you were, but it probably reminded you on what you aspire to be. The last point that I want to make is this. You were never alone, even when it came to individual assignments. So while today is about celebrating our graduation, we must also celebrate the people who supported us and helped us to get here. I am, of course, talking about your families, your partners, your loved ones, your friends, even your colleagues at work. You set the challenge for yourself, but they accepted you for it. They were there for the highs, and they were there for the lows, when life and the MBA combined threw you curveballs that you could not ever plan for. I want to personally thank my family for making it here from the States and from India. Thank you, guys. And I want to thank everyone else's family and their well-wishers. Thank you for supporting my friends, my classmates, because God knows I needed their support over the last 2 years. I want to thank the incredible faculty. Our professors were brilliant, knowledgeable, well-traveled, patient, and entertaining. I think some of these guys moonlighted as stand-up comedians when they were not in the classroom. To the RSM EMBA office and to all the people who work at RSM, thank you for being a great support system. Milton, Mark, Dan, Hedy, Diane, thank you. There's so many others. To our program manager, Gaya, who is here somewhere. Hello, Gaya. Gaya, I often joke that you are my fairy godmother in the MBA program. But when I look at it over the past 2 years, it is increasingly true. And I'm sure the rest of the class agrees with me on this. So thank you. Thank you for your support. I'm sure all of us can agree, we cherish your friendship. So my dear classmates, I think I've said enough, because I think I'm one of the last few speakers, and I'm holding up celebrations that will go on way into the morning hours. But in true MBA fashion, I would like you to conclude with a summary of the main points that I've mentioned. 1, continue to learn through your experiences and have fun doing it. 2, please strive to be more than mere managers. Be leaders, be humble leaders. And 3, cherish your loved ones, your networks, and your families. I am truly proud to be a part of this class. I would like to thank you all for making this an extremely fun 2 years. I wish you all the best in all your future endeavors. Congratulations once again. Thank you.
All I can say is, well said, sir. And for the full-time MBA program, I would like to invite Scott Moran to come up and say a few words on your behalf.
I would like to extend a warm welcome to everyone here today. All of the Rotterdam School of Management faculty, the ambassadors, the dean, friends and family who traveled from all over the world to be here. The executive MBA, JJ, Maria and all of her cantina, and my fellow classmates of the Rotterdam School of Management's full-time international MBA class of 2016, please give yourself a warm round of applause. My name is Scott Moran, and I'm honored to be standing here today. I thought initially, when I had the opportunity to speak, that maybe I could talk about our late nights at Locus Publicus, followed by Blender. Or perhaps the iHouse parties and the terrace. Or €1 beers at the student hotel. Or maybe some of the romances that we witnessed among the batch. But instead, I'm going to share with you a story about life, my story. And as I share it with you, I would like you to reflect upon your lives and appreciate how you got in this room today. If I say anything that seems a little too boring for your taste, I'd like to apologize in advance by stealing a quote from the great musician and philosopher, Justin Bieber, and say, I'm sorry. I do not believe in luck. We've all heard the expression that great people create their own luck, not only for themselves, but for the people around them. They dream up opportunities in the night and are prepared enough to seize them as they come during the day. 122 students from 33 countries is who we are. all daring and courageous creatures who left the confines and comfort of our homes and plunged into an exciting new world. One of the key things that I think we all took away from the MBA, more so than business, is a clear understanding of how we got in the room. There was no luck involved, only a lifetime of preparation. Albert Einstein once said, "Your imagination is your preview of life's coming attractions." Isn't this so true? I believe if you understand three things very clearly, you can do anything in life that you wish. 1, understand your past. In my case, my mother was born into a lower-class family in the United States, in the suburbs of Philadelphia. She was one of 4 girls, and an education was an afterthought. Making their own clothing and fighting for the single bathroom was the reality. My father, born into a middle-class, blue-collar family, all construction workers, iron workers. His father, my grandfather, was an iron worker. His late brother, an iron worker. His sisters, they both married iron workers. All of my cousins were iron workers. Not my father, not my mother. Cut from the same cloth of wanting more, they met as teenagers traveling the world as musicians. Against all odds, my mother would later put herself through art school, a very talented artist. And then I was born. And my mother quit to pursue the greatest job of all, raising me. Not wanting to settle for becoming an iron worker, but with the task of raising me and my new little sister, my father was forced to take a minimum wage job transporting boxes. But what happened to be in these boxes were computers. You see, it was the early 1980s, and someone had asked him to put one of them together. So, later at night, he started reading as much as he could. He learned how to write code. And he saw an opportunity and he went for it. Out of nothing, he's created a brilliant career in the computer world as a director for IT for refineries all across the United States. What you can't take for granted is knowing where you came from. I was able to watch my parents grow remarkably throughout my life. However, they still keep the heat low enough in the winter and the air condition light enough in the summer. This is who they are, and this is how I was taught. Understanding your humble background is key for the success of tomorrow. But what they wanted from me was quite simple. The first in all of the family to receive a proper college education. So I got a degree in engineering. All of us here, we found our specialty. And then we took careers. And finally, we made the decision to come here to the Rotterdam School of Management. This was our chance to write our own part, our own story, and this one would turn out to be extraordinary. Most of us scared to leave our jobs and homes to come here, mainly due to the unknown and the fear of failure. But what we realized when we got here, that very next big step, what we realized, the scariest thing in life is how powerful we can actually be. And sometimes, we may think it might be by chance that we chose RSM over perhaps another option. But this isn't by chance at all. When you look back down all the steps that you took to get here, it's like a well-planned out map, a beautifully written novel. It all makes perfect sense. 2, know how you got in the room. Yes, for many of you here today, an airplane, in the Schiphol, followed by an OV chip card, or for our riskier friends, not. But take a moment to think about how you really got here today. Do not take for granted the small job you had in life. In fact, I had 20-plus small odd jobs, and I had a struggling engineering degree, but had a profound impact on the grit that I exude as an entrepreneur today. Often we want to think about how good something used to be, or how great something could be in the future. But when we are completely aware, and you don't have your head buried inside of a cell phone, and you're breathing in the air around you, and you're talking to the people next to you on the train, when you are completely aware, each and every little experience will help accelerate the map that you are creating for your future. Nothing is by chance. Third and finally, our future. We all came here to better our lives, whether that be for a promotion, or for living in a new country, or for being closer to family. We all have our reasons. I would like to challenge you, my classmates and the pioneers of the next generation of business leaders, to map out your own path. Appreciate your past and use your network to accelerate your future. A clear understanding of how you got in the room will lead you up a staircase, and there's no ceiling. But do not waste a conversation. When you speak, speak loudly. If you're sitting on the couch, rest fully. Do not be caught in the purgatory of doing something in between. If you do something, commit fully. My classmates, my family, stay hungry, be humble, and understand how and why you've been so successful, and your futures will be brighter than ever. Thank you for making this the greatest year of my entire life. And I bid you all a farewell to the future. Cheers. Unfortunately, A.B. Hyatt couldn't be with us here today, but he sent us his speech, and I would like to ask Curtis Cordero if he can come up and read on behalf of Hyatt, if that's okay. I'll leave it here for you.
Hello, everybody. Wasn't really expecting this today, but yes, it's unfortunate that Hyatt could not be with us today. He unfortunately just with some visa issues couldn't join, so he wanted to apologize on behalf of our class as well as the people here today. So I will be up here reading the words of another man. So let's get started. Good afternoon, class of 2016. Hyatt really wishes he could have been there with all of you today, but unfortunately someone had to keep the tradition of being absent alive. It's a pleasure to reminisce on behalf of our class today on what has been an incredible year. I was told when I was young that every time we met someone, we leave a little bit of ourselves with them and part of them stays with us. I am a firm believer that during this program, our incidental learnings of getting along with others, maintaining our integrity, and being true to ourselves is more important than fulfilling in learning logs, writing study trip reports, or even attending CDC sessions. No offense to the administration, because I can safely say that I wouldn't have taken half as much from the program if it wasn't for these people. It was their support, the guidance of our professors, and the love of our families that got us through. Today we celebrate the hard work that got us across this whirlwind year. Let's not forget how we moved. We trudged, we crawled, and sometimes even fell over, but it was the people around us who always picked us up. What was it that got us through this crazy experience? It was the RSM staff that helped us realize the importance of time management. I might never remember how to calculate the future value of present cash flows, but I will never forget what happened when we had to somehow submit 5 assignments in 1 week. And though some of us broke down, and maybe 1 or 2 even shed a tear, and in parentheses he has my name, so thank you, Hyatt. we all now know that much more. We all now know much more about how to allot our time. But these people most deserving of our gratitude are our families. To the parents, partners, and even children that had to listen to us moan about our workload, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Without your support, none of us would be where we are today. And how could I forget the notorious, the highly talented, and unprecedentedly absent class of 2016? Today, March 18th, 2016, is a special day. Not only because we are graduating, but also because everyone who confirmed their attendance actually showed up. Except for Guillaume. That's funny. It's been such a privilege to share this experience with such an amazing group of people. Your energetic spirit, all-encompassing friendship, and endless talent has created the best time I could have ever hoped to have during my MBA. Sure, we may not have won as many medals as LBS at the MBAT. Sure, our attendance broke more records than Ronaldo and Messi combined. But at the end of it all, a record number of us landed jobs or interviews with the best firms. I heard it at the start of the year that this year would be the most memorable year of our lives, and I agree that it was a blast. We have room 520 in the iHouse to thank for some of that. However, I certainly hope this was just a springboard that we all use to propel ourselves into a better life. I am leaving this school with 121 new friends from 34 different countries. They not only taught me how to swear in 10 different languages, but also how to be a better person. The spirit of camaraderie and teamwork that was instilled in us is what makes RSM so special. Don't forget to thank those who supported and accompanied you throughout this journey. And don't forget to keep in touch. But most importantly, don't forget, class of 2016, you did it. Thank you.
Thank you for stepping in so eloquently and reading that. And thanks again, Scott. Yes, we've come to the end. It's party time. But before we go, you've heard from your classmates. You've heard from your classmates. Now, I have an opportunity to stand here and say, on behalf of my colleagues and staff and faculty at the Rotterdam School of Management, congratulations, you did it. Thank you all very much for attending today. Thank you all for supporting our graduates. And I would like to invite our professors, our faculty, and staff and honored guests to leave the room first in the reverse procession. Thank you.